Right. In this video, I'm just going to, I'm not going to discuss anything with you people. Actually, I want to share my views with you people about a very special German poet named Maria Rilke. Maria Rilke's philosophy mesmerized me, and when I started reading his poems, at that particular time, Mario Rilke is a kind of a poet who snatches my sleep. So I'm just going to tell something about the Rilke's philosophy. He's a German poet, but how he figures out God, how he considers God is going to be the most important thing. In Rilke's story of God, I beg your pardon, it's not Rilke's story, in Rilke's writing, one of his writing, Story of God, Rilke explains why God desires that there be poor people. Means we all hate the poverty. We don't want poverty. We want to stay away from the poverty. But according to Maria Rilke, God deliberately creates poverty. Why? Because he firmly believes that God is a creator. God creates human beings. And in this ever changing eternal world, human beings are clothed, attired in a various way, in a various manner, in a various pattern. For that reason, God is not able to see his creation. That's why God wants to create poverty, by which that kind of a poverty, which people, which will not give people to earn money to purchase clothes or to hide their nakedness. So that God is capable enough to see his own creation. That is going to be the most important thing what Rilke is trying to say. He has no intention to consider God in other way. When we have read the British poet Milton, Milton figures out God in a different way. We all know that when Milton was going to write the Paradise Lost, at that particular time, God snatched his vision power. So it surprised Milton when he's going to serve God at that particular time, why God snatched his vision power. At that particular moment, he wrote a sonnet named On His Blindness, why Milton depicts his agony, his pain, and everything. And he raised the question about God's kindness. But see, the Rilke's version of the God, this German poet, is just going to consider or going to figure out God in a different way, in a different manner, in a different pattern. According to him, God is a creator, God is a sculptor. All the artists wants to see their creation, but unfortunately, in a postmodern world, we attire ourselves in a different way, we clothed ourselves in a different way. For that reason, God is not able to see the creation. That's why God creates poverty. And God doesn't allow people to purchase clothes to hide their nakedness so that a creator can see his creation, nothing else. This is a part. So, Mario Rilke is just mentioning a one thing in his poetry, that poverty is a great radiance from within. And in this way, he defines poverty. He's not considering poverty as a greatest sin or God is punishing anyone by rendering poverty. God is not going to punish anyone. And his intention is not to punish anyone. He's, he got a greed. He wants to see his own creation. Mario Rilke has just tried to show the crisis of an artist. So God is an artist here. And he is not able to see his creation, which he wants to see. That's why he creates poor people. That's why he creates poverty. And that is what poverty is all about, according to Mario Rilke. And the another point, which is going to be the most important also, when we are going to share the Mario Rilke's philosophy, that God creates human being. God creates men. There is no issue in it. There's no issue in it. And he's considering or figuring out God as an architect, as a sculptor. But the process, how he describes that, after creating a human being, God sent him and his ever-changing eternal world. And this ever-changing eternal world is completely unknown to him. And he mentioned, the most important thing is that he mentioned that everything, just pen, pencil, books, river, tree, they're completely banal. Human being comes forward, plays an important role, and convert them with their usage. Human being convert them into a thing. Can you imagine? Wilke says this. Everything is numb. All the things which you are visualizing, the river, the mountain, the tree, the village, everything, the greeneries, everything is numb. If man doesn't use it. And man with his fiery passion transform them into a thing. That is going to be the most important thing. And the second part, the third part, I beg your pardon, is also very interesting. That to Rilke, or according to Rilke, God himself is in a dilemma. You can ask me the question why? Because human being with a feeling creates God. I'm repeating it. Human beings with a feeling and a fiery passion gives shape to a God. That is going to be the most important thing. So God entirely depends upon the human being. I think no other philosopher, no other poet proclaimed these things or had shown these things in this way. He tried to show that the human beings or the peoples are greater than God because they creates God, they recreates God with the help of their feeling and fiery passion. So God's destiny in this ever-changing eternal world, according to Mario Rilke, depends upon the human beings. My friend, this is very interesting from a philosopher poet. And that is the only theme which I want to share. Because it told all these things in a poem in a very lucid way, in a very lucid manner. I read an ample amount of poets. As a student of literature, I got an opportunity to read an ample amount of poets, but no poet mesmerized me in this way. He does. I'm a constant reader of this man. I constantly read this man and I'm just trying my level best to explore this person. And he also mentioned the one thing that God scared human beings very much. Because at the beginning, when I've started telling about Mario Rilke, at that particular time I told that he considered or figured out God as a creator. And at the end, he's just trying to show that the human being are the creator of a God. God. They're also an artist. So, the destiny or the fate of God in this ever-changing eternal world depends upon the indigenous portion of this planet. They decides how they will create or recreate God with their feeling and fiery passion. So what I'm telling that God actually scares because God creates poverty. If human being, according to Mario Rilke, if human being creates God in this way with the help of their feeling, if human being doesn't allow or doesn't provide attire to the God, then what is going to happen? God will shiver. So, what I'm trying to say that at the beginning he showed that God is a creator, and at the end he showed that the human being creates God because they are also a creator. They are also an artist. So it's a journey. His philosophy is nothing but a journey from creation to creation, from one creator to another creator. And that is the thing which mesmerizes me, which pierces my heart, which pierces my soul. And that's why I'm not able to suppress my greed. I just want to share these feelings of mine, these thoughts which I have regrouped by reading his poems. Uh, these kinds of thoughts just I want to share with you. I don't want to deliver any kinds of a lecture. I don't want to tell anything about Mario Rilke. I don't want to say anything, but because I know that I'm nobody to tell. But I want to share my feeling, my emotion, my sentiment with you people. That's all.